Hello and welcome back to Red Rising. Buckle up for a tough climactic scene that changes the course of events for the rest of the series. We are covering part 2 of Morningstar, chapters 24 through 34. It's a stretch that opens with a chapter called Hic sunt leones. Darrow, Mustang, and Ragnar set out for the Obsidian Pole so Ragnar can finally face his mother, alias Snow Sparrow. And the road there goes wrong. Cassius and Aja are waiting, and we talk about the ambush and the loss that guts this entire series, and Sephi the Quiet arriving to witness Ragnar's final moments. And then we climb the mountain, meet the gods, quote unquote, and find out what happens when you show the Obsidians the truth. The Valkyrie ride to war, and so do we. Pierce, come on to the podcast. We need a hug. The following conversation contains major spoilers for Pierce Brown's Red Rising trilogy. The series includes depictions of graphic violence, torture, slavery, sexual violence, and genocide. So obviously, listener discretion is advised.
I've been yelling your
name
for yeah, I'm sorry. I went upstairs and Ripley, our dog, was like at the door, like he wanted to go outside.
No, it's all good.
So
It's all good. I was telling them you have such a beautiful house, and we were talking about the floor plan and all of the security weaknesses and all that kind of stuff.
Address.
Thank you guys. But he's here with me now, so I might get interrupted because he's feeling a little weird this morning.
What kind of dog is Ripley?
He's a border collie, and he's 13.
Cute.
So
He's a sweet baby.
yeah, but he's
Very
getting
cute.
older, and he is being a little weird today. So that's what took me a little bit longer.
What is the specific breed of dog that Princess Donut hates so much?
Cocker Spaniel.
Cocker
Yes.
Spaniels.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody.
2, B.
B of part 2 of Morningstar. So
Liz.
who's on the
I'm on summary.
Liz on the summary?
This will be a struggle summary, so if I miss anything, please do add in.
You'll be
So we end with Darrow declaring the uprising in the last chapter, which was chapter 23. So this chapter we start at 24, aptly named. I keep saying aptly a lot. I guess that's my word of the day.
That's good.
Hic sunt leones. And so Darrow had mentioned that he wouldn't be part of the uprising that's happening at Phobos. And so Severo is in charge of that and is working on that while Darrow and Ragnar go to recruit the Obsidians. However, they get blocked by Mustang, who knows about this mission. Mustang joins the mission. They go down on their way to the Martian poles. They get attacked. And we find out that it's by Cassius and Aja. So luckily, they survive, which is Darrow, Mustang, and Holiday. They survive the crash. Mustang does end up rescuing Ragnar. They realize that they have no supplies. Darrow fights Cassius. Ragnar fights Aja. But Ragnar does die, and that's why it was very sad. They do go on to find Sephi, who's Ragnar's sister. Sephi brings Darrow, Mustang, Holiday, and Cassius to the Obsidian City. They have a chat with
Alia.
Yes, thank you.
Alias
Alea.
Snow Sparrow.
Yes, she's a badass lady. We find out that, okay, the Obsidians is not as in the blind as Darrow, and I think even Ragnar assumed. Alea is aware that the Golds are not real gods, but kind of still goes with it just for alliance sake to keep her status, really, too. Darrow does a call to war. The Obsidians accept it, and Darrow and Mustang are now in this pact with the Obsidians. And I believe that is where it sort of ends.
Yeah.
For the no.
No, good.
Yes.
Good summary.
Lovely.
Oh,
We
yes.
love it.
Yeah, that was it. Snap, snap, snap.
Awesome.
That was a great
Very
summary.
good. Hic sunt leones.
That's how you say it.
Whatever. It's Latin. You can say it however you want.
So is that where it opens with the fight between Darrow and Mustang?
Like
No.
they're heading to they're in the ship,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, they're
about to
they're
fly
in the
away.
hangar.
Mhm.
Wait,
Yeah.
they're not even. Darrow's like,
Oh.
in the last chapter, Darrow's like, but I won't be there. And then it opens and he's going with Ragnar to Ragnarland. And all of a sudden, Mustang shows up.
Yes.
He's in
Is that correct?
Phobos in a hangar,
Right.
borrowing Quicksilver's luxury yacht,
Yeah. and
about
it's
to get
super
onto the
plush.
ship. super fly.
There's chocolates on the pillows.
Chocolates on the pillows, which we love. A little mint. And then all of a sudden, who should appear in the
Yes.
hangar?
Just
You know what?
blocking their way.
His ex.
Don't you hate it when your ex just pops her ghost cloak and reveals she's been there the whole time?
She's been there the whole time watching him, and Ragnar is like watching from the darkness like a big
Yes.
little kid.
Okay, thank you, because Ragnar invited Mustang,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is an
told-
example of
Big
Darrow
brain.
being undermined by big brain Ragnar.
Mhm.
Big
Mhm.
brain Ragnar.
Him kind of taking the lead there. So thank
Yeah.
you for bringing that up. Yes.
And thank goodness for Ragnar doing
And
that.
thank goodness.
Ragnar. Yeah.
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 She definitely was needed for this mission. They can be short. I guess we did touch on this. Darrow and Severo can be short-sighted with just like this
Totally.
mission. Yeah.
And in order to notify her, he didn't just do that. He let Kavax go. He
Yep.
released a prisoner
Yep.
to send back to someone to then tell that someone they should come back here. So this was a
Right.
big move on Ragnar's part, which I
Yeah.
love.
I mean, he was absolutely right too.
Yeah,
Like,
100%,
Of course he
yeah.
Taking Nick's
was.
link.
He's
It's
always
the same
right.
as
The hell are
Darrow
you doing?
undermining Severo and taking
Yeah.
the lead there. It's the same
Oh
thing.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like, come on, don't hold Kavix prisoner.
Ragnar's track record is spotless.
Perfect. Yeah.
Impeccable.
I don't
He
think
can
he
do
made
no
any
wrong.
mistakes
He didn't have a
post
chance.
joining the rebellion.
I don't think so.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
he dies. That's a mistake.
But that
Well,
was out of his
I
control.
mean, peak gold boss
Never-
battle.
Never
Aja.
fight a river and never fight
And
Aja.
maybe it is a
Yeah.
mistake. So he's one who's like, yeah, we should go after Aja.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Knowing what the other folks in the party don't know, which is he's going to have to fight his mom. So that actually was a
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you,
Well, he
Sam.
shouldn't have done it alone. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
They're in the ship, and
Mhm.
Holiday looks out, and there's a woman blocking their exit to space. And Holiday's like, "I'll be damned, it's the lion." And Mustang pops off her ghost. This whole scene is great.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this really cute entrance for each other. "Lo, Reaper," she says playfully as I come to a halt. "Lo, Mustang, how did you find me?" And then Ragnar told Kavix where I could find you. Anyway, it's really cute. And then Darrow talks down to her again. And he's like, "I don't have time for small talk, Mustang." She's like, "Don't talk down to me. I wasn't surrendering. I was making peace. You're an idiot." So anyway, this really cute back and forth. She's like, "I'm on board. I want to be on the team. I believe in what you said and what your wife said, EO."
There is a
I'm gonna
bit of a
prove.
like, I have to prove myself to you because you don't trust me, but you have to prove yourself to me because I have to make sure you're someone worth following.
Following. Yeah.
And
Know
I
that
think
you
that
can
gets a
build.
lot of like heat and conversation in general in the subculture of this book. So I just wanted to bring that up. Maybe
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
sitting there.
To prove I believe in your wife's dream, but you have to
Mhm.
prove something to me that you are worthy of my trust. I know you can break. I need to see that you can build. So what do you say, Helldiver? Do you want to give it one more
Yeah.
go?
Oh.
It's cute. It is cute.
Good read there, Greg.
Yeah, it's very good. And so then suddenly Mustang's on the team, and
Yeah.
she's not only like on board, but literally on board. She gets on the luxury yacht with them.
Mm-hmm.
But then they
Yeah.
get attacked in the air,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as Liz described.
Because Cassius can almost always predict Darrow's moves. And
Yeah.
that's, his
They're
shadow
bonded.
kind of. Yeah.
It really is
Mhm.
kind of uncanny. Like reading back, it's like how did he know to be there every time?
Yeah.
I think it goes back to the scene in Red Rising 1 where the banquet comes down and everyone's like, that's a trap. And then they both look at each other and they're like, well, we're going to go get it. Like that's
Yeah.
how, like, they just are of the same mind when it comes
Mhm.
to like taking risks and combat and finding a little bit of fun in war. So it's easy to predict
Yeah.
what he's going to do.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is good.
We do learn
Where
there's
there's
like
a-
sea beasts. I don't know. That's not so important for
There's
this
so
trilogy,
much
but-
that happens before that.
Yeah. Oh, there is?
Well,
In the
Victra
plane?
has a moment. She's been poor
Oh,
Victra.
yeah.
Victra has been fighting to have a spot and be on the team. She wanted to be a howler. How do I get one of those damn wolf cloaks? She said in book
Mhm.
2. I
Mhm.
think book 2.
No, earlier this, actually, in section
Earlier this,
2.
okay.
Mhm.
And then she gets on the team, and she hasn't been trusted for a long time, so she's on board. And then Darrow just like casually drops, "Mustang's on the team," and
yeah.
Victor responds, "Am I on a private line?" And then Holiday tosses a headset, and it's just, here's what she says. "Here are my thoughts. You can't trust her. Look at her brother, her father. Greed is in her blood. Of course she would ally with us. It fits her aims. She needs us because she's losing her war. But what happens when we give her what she needs? Will you be able to put her down?" And Darrow says
Darrow
yes.
says yes. We know it's a lie, though.
Which is
100%
obviously a
lie.
lie.
Such a lie. I'm sure Victor does too.
Yeah.
I
But
really
it's fine
just
because she's wrong.
I really just wanted Victor to be like, "Am I on a private line?" Then gets on private line and just go, "What the fuck?"
That's essentially what she did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ragnar, also back to Ragnar's big brain moment.
Yeah.
So we moved on a little bit in this storyline. Ragnar's saying, I can't do Ragnar's voice as well as Tim.
You do a good job.
I have sent friends ahead months ago to spread the truth. Anyway, he sends people down ahead of time. I don't know if he was asked to do
yeah.
this,
Or if he just
but
takes
he's like, takes initiative and is spreading the word that like golds aren't gods, amongst his mother's people. So Ragnar's awesome.
Yeah.
Ragnar really is, yeah.
Where do you want to go next?
I'm thinking we're going to cut that, mark that part. There's a civilian ship that is following them in space.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
weird because why is it that it can accelerate as quickly as it can? That's odd. And then it turns out that we're like full in
Space battle.
Space battle mode.
Yeah.
Which is very Star Wars.
Yeah, and we get this really awesome scene with Ragnar where he's like, "Hang on, I got this," and he like opens the back of the ship and just fires a rocket at them like from his shoulder, which is just hilarious.
He's laughing.
Yeah,
and he has a rocket launcher.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
he's just aiming.
We get the full spectrum of Ragnar in this part. It's you get that cunning, planner, sophisticated, and then you just get, hang on real quick, let me throw this rocket launcher on my shoulder and blow that shit up.
This is just another version, though, to criticize this for a bit. Remember, we were made to fall in love with Pax. Pax got a lot of talking, and then he dies. This is the most we've ever gotten from Ragnar.
Yep, he's fattening him up.
Fattening him up, falling in love.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they crash land through the ice, and then we get into this dark, depressing, we're alone moment.
Yeah,
so
it's cold, it's wet.
It's cold.
We want to get to the broken down plane, or is there something more to cover before we get
there? What's the name of the Obsidians who eat people?
Yeah, the I don't know, skin eaters or something.
Oh, they have a name.
They have a name. Let's see if I have it.
I try not to remember it. It's gross and weird.
It is.
But they like rove. They're
the eaters.
The
eaters, yes.
Exiled.
Obsidians.
Yeah.
Well, did we now skip over the sea monsters? Or is that later?
I mentioned them.
No,
they're sea monsters.
They're
sea
huge sea monsters.
Just
carved beasties.
That felt so wild and fever dreamish, like in all of this, and it was just at first, like I think first read I was like just taken by all of this. Second read I was like, this feels so out of place. And then now I'm realizing it's not. It's really just to show how wild this area that the Obsidians live is, I think.
And it was purposeful. They kind of right off the bat, they're like, the sea beasties were put there so that the Obsidians wouldn't leave their little ice
away.
home. Yeah. And you later find out that they used to have like explorers go out. But they kept making the sea monsters bigger and badder, and then eventually they just boiled the ocean golds so that the Obsidians couldn't get farther. And that was 200 years ago. So they've been isolated completely, not even trying to leave for 200 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, golds. Just
golds, man.
Gold.
Oppressing everybody.
Everybody. But Mustang saves Ragnar is the big, I think, point right there. She dives into the ice cold water to save Ragnar. Yeah. And saves him. Yeah.
And gets injured in the process. They're all really beat up after this.
Yeah. We're fucked, Holiday says.
Is ripped.
They have no supplies. They don't have the right heated gear, right? For being on the pole. They thought they were going to land right in front of Alias Snow Sparrow.
There are a few bonding moments between Holiday and Mustang here. Mustang sort of underestimates Holiday. She's like, none of us have ever been trained to be in this kind of weather. And she's like, hold it. I was the 13th Legion.
I
And
was
she's
a
like,
Legio
oh, you
13.
were?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all yeah, what?
Careful.
Okay. So you can protect a sovereign. All right.
Put that into motion for
yeah. So
maybe we can file that away for later.
Yeah, I think they have a little bit of butting heads, a little, which I think is actually more like relationship building than it is anything else. And so that's just nice because they get tight in the future. And then they find this plane. It's got eaters in it. They fight the eaters out, right?
Yeah,
Am I
so
getting that right?
They
And then
they
they have
find some
Cassius
Pasta?
and Aja's ship. No?
and it has clearly been taken over by these eaters, these cannibals who are the people who were thrown out of the clans, the Obsidian clans.
Do they know that it's Cassius and Aja at this point, or are they just kind of
they're guessing?
They're guessing.
Mustang knew it was Cassius's
Plane.
Plane before it crashed, and she was like, "Well, would Aja be with?"
And her earring was on the plane, so she's like,
that's
"This is Cassius.
This is
He
I
carries
think that
around my
confirmed.
earring." Yeah,
Just
he's
like,
so obsessed with me.
oh, creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have it's another little tension lightning moment because they have like a night of bonding when they're all not feeling well, but they find provisions on the plane. And Tim Gerard Reynolds says pasta in the craziest. It's like HC, but I can't remember how he says it. Can you remember? Pasta. That's what it is.
Oh, pasta.
He says it so many times too.
But it is cute. It's literally like a lock-in, you know. And then we have pasta, and then we fall in love with Ragnar some more. He gets to talk about, the world being his playground and his little sister and flying with his mom. And he was afraid, but he wouldn't let go,
Which is such a fun little story. It's an insight into his past, and it's such a metaphor there too of just what he's going through and what he's been going through, right? Just this, you have to hold on. And he did hold on.
Yeah. I think this is also when he tells them about their griffins, right? Like the griffins that they have that helps them, that they use to fly about. So that was
just so interesting and fun too, because didn't Lorne have griffins?
Yes.
Which is that was something I think I was confused about at first, but now I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Didn't he take it from that's how his family, got it.
I don't know if he had them carved based on them or if he carved. But I think he does mention something about this. I forget what this place is called. The Ragnarland. Yeah.
Does it have a name?
It does. I know it has a name.
Yeah.
It's not Earth,
it's
right?
Definitely not Ragnarland.
It's one of the poles of Mars. But it has a name, and they talk about it many times.
Mentions it a bunch, and we should remember. What we do.
Ragnar, speaking of Lorne, quotes Lorne at one point, and then mentions he got Lorne's book from Theodora.
Whoa!
I missed that.
Is that true?
That's true.
Oh my god!
I thought it was just the one moment that we had a mention about Theodora and Ragnar.
No, you mean in the last book when he she lingers on his
she touches
hand
his arm
or his arm. No, he quotes Lorne, and either Darrow says it or Ragnar does that he got the book from Theodora.
It's titillating.
And can you what more competent pairing? That's a power couple.
Oh my god,
that's 100%. A fucking power.
She's an incredible
couple.
Spy.
Yeah.
And
they're both so smart.
Yeah. They totally could be ruling this Ryzen, the two of them.
Easily.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Well, good. That's an excellent reference, Sam. I've never caught that.
Yeah. Oh, I caught it all right.
Yeah. And then we have this moment, which is worth mentioning, where while they're sitting and they're all sharing stories around the campfire, Mustang says... She talks about her mom. Does anybody remember this? I have not. She was pregnant. The mother was pregnant. And where's the quote? My mother was pregnant with a little girl. The doctor said there would be complications with the birth and recommended intervening medically. My father said that if the child was not fit to survive, it did not deserve life. And so then we get to the moment where we know, I think from maybe book 1, that the mom had died. And so now here we get to the mom committed suicide.
Yeah, because Nero was
Right.
terrible.
Because Nero is an awful
Yeah.
human
We
being.
kind of talked about that when we talked about book 1, but we couldn't remember the
That's
exact
We didn't have the
details.
details. Yeah, anyway. My father was a Titan, but he was wrong. He was cruel, and if I can be something else, I will be. Is her last line of that chapter.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they go into, we have to survive, get out of here. We've got to find things. They find Blues and they find some low collars dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassius had written per aspera ad astra on the carved stones
he,
around.
like, buried them.
Yeah, he buried them, which
Mhm.
was just like very nice. It's just like so Cassius of him.
It is so Cassius. We love Cassius.
Yeah. He did like make them get to where they are now, but he is,
Yeah, well, yeah.
it's survival of the fittest at this point.
I think the great question of our time is, would Cassius have done this if Aja were not with him?
So you mean
if he
done
didn't
any
have-
of this, not bury the people?
No, he certainly would have buried the people. But
Yeah.
would he have, if he didn't have the right hand of the king, effectively, Octavia, with him watching him, would he have followed through on this? Because he knows that, does he know that Mustang is on the
I don't think
ship or just
so.
Darrow?
I don't think he knows about Mustang.
Okay.
I don't
Mhm.
see Cassius as much of a, he doesn't have a lot of personal, and just like drive.
Mhm.
He's not the one coming up with the ideas. And I kind of feel like if they go wrong, it's not that he would bail, but he would prioritize things like safety.
And his
you know what I
peace
mean?
of mind.
And peace of mind. Yeah, exactly. He would. So I don't see him really being relentless and follow through here.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, and to your point, we do kind of see that though, after this book, right? That's sort of what he does afterwards is this is just insane. I'm just gonna go
He
chill.
kind of drifts.
This is too much.
He has one
Yeah.
purpose. He fulfills that purpose
Yeah.
without having spoilers. But
Yeah.
he's sort of.
I think it's interesting. Is it Cassius bringing Aja, or is Aja bringing Cassius? Is this Cassius's mission, or is it Aja's mission?
I think that Octavia was like, you two, go handle
Yeah.
this.
And I
Yeah.
don't think that they would send. This is totally conjecture, but I actually don't think they would send Cassius on a Darrow mission without a competent
Aja.
keeper.
Yeah.
Well, also they had a team with them. They just all died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
But
is
I mean,
true.
an overseer. I think that they would find him maybe a little mentally weak, but that's just me
Yeah.
making
Yeah, that's
that
a
up.
really good point. I think there's some psychology there that they could probably dive into for sure.
Mhm.
And I'm also curious if they really like we talked about Mustang not knowing that she's on this ship. I'm also curious if they knew who was on the ship, or if they just knew it was a rising ship that was leaving.
They knew it was Darrow.
Yeah.
Did they? Okay.
Because I just looked. Darrow, Cassius mutters, I saw you sink. So he knew that Darrow was on the ship that
Okay.
sank, quote
Yeah.
unquote. And then
So
Darrow
anyway.
says, I swim just as well as you, remember? Which is a cute callback to my favorite scene from book 1, where they're in the lock.
Are we
Yeah.
approaching the death scene?
Well, we learned some things
Are we
about...
ready to get into
There's
it?
a
No,
lot
we're
that
not.
happens
We're
here.
We learn-
we're just dragging our feet, trying not to.
Let's talk about a different book. We learn from Aja. She's talking down to both the Abomination, who she is calling Darrow.
Ooh.
And
Oh,
Does she-
yes.
Or does she? Oh, they do.
That
use
word
that
does
term.
not exist in a different context.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
only this one.
right.
only Darrow.
So
Exactly.
she's calling Darrow an abomination.
Right, because
That's
he's
right.
Lowercase
really
He's
a
a
red,
carved
but
red.
now, yeah.
And then Ragnar says, I have long awaited this moment, Aja. And she says, my father's favorite pet. Has the stained convinced you he's tamed? I wonder if he told you how he liked to be rewarded after a fight. After the applause faded, he cleaned the blood from his hands. Father would send him young pinks to satisfy his animal lusts. How greedy he was with them. How frightened they were of him. Anyway,
That's good.
well, we have never heard that about Ragnar. So I
Mhm.
think we also trust that it's true and that Ragnar was a different person before Darrow,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but we had also gotten his childhood, which I think was important. You can see some vulnerability within his childhood. When
Yeah.
he's talking about his childhood as the man he is now, it seems like the same man. So what you actually see is someone put in this slavery position and having the impact of that. Not to expunge him of anything bad he ever did, certainly, but that it seems more like that's a blip, and we know that because we know Ragnar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ragnar has a response about the father, Aja's father, making him into a monster,
Mhm.
and that he
Yes.
lost hope, and that
Mhm.
the Ragnar that he is today and tomorrow and in the future is a different man. Anyway, it's great. It is a great quote.
Yeah.
It's great.
I am the son of the Spires, brother of Sefi the Quiet, brother of Darrow of Lycos and Severo Albarca. I am the shield of Tinos, and when your heart beats no more, foul night, I will pull it from your chest and feed it to the griffin of the... And then...
And as a reader, first-time reader, I'm like, oh, no.
Yes.
I know.
Whenever anybody gets interrupted in a good soliloquy,
It's never good.
it is not good.
As Donut tells us.
I love
Yeah.
the way that this part was narrated by Tim
Mhm.
Gerard Reynolds
Mhm.
because it's a really kinetic fight scene, and then during the death scene, he slows down.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of gravitas. It's very just like a peacefully read, horrible moment that really gives Ragnar his due. Like it was an homage, it felt like.
It was.
Yeah.
In a way that we don't always get. Sometimes we
No.
just rush through things.
Yeah.
Karness's death is one paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You
they're
know?
not of the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yes,
but-
yes.
Yeah.
I think it's also in the actual prose too of the book too. The actual writing of the book is the way Pierce is describing the fighting also kind of changes and shifts towards this, and it's like you kind of one like you're saying it kind of shows the respect that Ragnar deserves, and two, I think it's really building, it's crescendoing to this moment, and also just to talk for a second about it's Ragnar 1v1ing the best fighter of the universe, like the galaxy's
know.
ever seen.
Not at the beginning, though.
I will say I
Yeah,
was
true.
pissed at Cassius. This was like
God,
a moment where I
oh,
was.
yeah. Fuck Cassius.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about
I
that
was
too.
like, yes. I was like, Cassius, are you? Ugh. I was so bad. I was like, we could have just like taken Aja out. Like Holiday was set, and then he like cuts Ragnar off of his like speech to like push Aja away to save her.
Well, you never see an Obsidian do a monologue, you know, so something's not right.
He knew something was,
So Cassius
That's such a good
interferes,
point.
stops this 1v1 from starting. What happens to Cassius? I don't.
Ooh,
Oh,
Cassius gets his comeuppance.
Yes,
He certainly
Mhm.
does. And from the right person.
please.
Well, so the four of them, after this assassination attempt doesn't work, the four of them smash together, and then they separate, stumbling backward, humorless smiles on our faces, a bizarre kinship as we remember we all speak the same martial language. And then we have the sort of, we separate into
Mhm.
who's fighting whom, and Darrow gets paired up with Cassius.
Mhm.
But
Ragnar.
Darrow doesn't do it. No, we're
Darrow
talking about
doesn't do it.
Cassius. What happens to Cassius?
Cassius,
So he's about
Yeah,
to kill
Mustang.
Darrow.
Mhm.
And then Mustang's like, don't do it, motherfucker. And he's like,
Yeah.
you're not going to hurt me. And she shoots an arrow through his throat.
Yeah.
Like through his throat.
Yep.
And he's down and out. Like you're not coming back from that to fight.
Cassius
Yeah.
very much has the what are you gonna do? Stab me? Stabbed guy.
Yeah,
energy.
Why did he even have that energy? I'm like, sir.
Right. Like,
It's
you
what about
definitely.
this makes you think?
Did you
But
not
yeah,
see
but
that I
like-
had your earring in my ship? You're not gonna shoot me. But we also get this really cool moment between Darrow and Mustang after Mustang, impales Cassius through the throat with an arrow, where Mustang's like, all right, let's kill him. And Darrow's like, hang on, no, we should keep him
Yeah.
alive for a reason.
He kind of goes to help him.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of wish everybody went to help Ragnar at that.
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
Yeah.
Darrow shouts at Mustang,
Go
shoot
help Ragnar.
Aja.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, Darrow,
And-
maybe put this aside.
Maybe just kind of
Yeah, start running, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But it's already too late. So
Yeah.
so Mustang fires a shot, it misses, but it doesn't matter. Ragnar has already fallen into the trap the woman has laid for him, and Mustang doesn't see it yet. Aja, the greatest student of Lorne Al Arcos, is already stepping to the side. If I didn't see the blood paint her blade and spray a delicate arc of red across the snow, I could be convinced that she had missed.
And even
Aja
before
does
that,
not miss.
she does not. And even before that, before it gets to that, the last
Yeah.
thing he says is something like, it looks like Ragnar's getting the upper hand, and he has her on her back foot. And
Yes,
then
that's
the
right.
line is something like, she bends like a willow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Mhm.
fuck!
Fuck!
Yep.
No!
Yeah.
And you just know
It's
at that
awful.
point.
Yeah.
Ragnar tries and turns to face her, but his legs betray him.
Oh, I hated all of this.
I hate it.
Yeah. There is a moment. So he's down. Aja sees something distracting. She falls off a cliff. Like, that's not important.
Well, yeah, she's also like gravely wounded, isn't she? Like, doesn't like Ragnar like does some damage to her, I thought.
But what's weird later is they don't find any blood.
Yeah, that's true.
But Ragnar has a like he gets a few words in there. He worries.
He does. He gets a lot of words.
He gets a lot of words. Yeah.
Aja escapes through the ice or goes into.
Yeah, Aja falls into a crevice in the ice by herself. We never trust an off-screen death.
No.
Spoiler for we talked about whatever.
Yeah. No one thinks she's dead here, so that's not
No.
a spoiler.
Yeah. She looks. I mean, I think
they
as
look
she
later.
was
They don't
falling,
find
she
the body.
happened to like look at Darrow. She said like, "Oh, that tells me there's unfinished business there."
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But then Ragnar's lying on the ground, and he's like, "I always dreamed of a good death. This does not seem good." It's very sad.
I know.
And then he sees coming towards him, Sephi, his sister, flying with a group of what is Sephi's squad
Valkyries.
called?
The Valkyries.
Valkyries, so badass.
And this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
We go from like the most horrendous death scene to, "Do you know me?" Ragnar asks. "I know you. I would know you if the world were dark and we were withered and old, if the ice was melted and the wind quiet. I taught you the 49 names of the ice, the 34 breaths of the wind, though you could only remember 32. I am your brother, and when men of the weeping sun took me and a harvest of our kin to the chained lands, do you remember what I told you? I told you I would return." Anyway, the whole thing.
It hurts. Goodbye. We love.
So sad.
I mean, it keeps going. All his quotes are so good. It is no great thing to die, not when one has lived.
At least he doesn't like gargoyle as he's
Yeah,
dying.
yeah.
Like,
All of this while he's like sliced in half.
Yeah. That is. Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah. And then we get to the final moment where Sephi's not responding, right? Because she doesn't speak.
Yeah, she is Sephi the Quiet.
And she puts an axe in Ragnar's hand. Because when you die and you go to wherever, Valhalla, where do they go?
Valhalla.
You need a weapon in your hand. And he says, "No, Sephi, live for more." And he takes her hand instead of the axe.
Ugh.
Oh.
And Ragnar watches the skies until the light fades from his eyes. It's rough, sad.
He does believe in the veil, though, because he was like, "I will give Io your love."
Oh my God, that line.
Yeah, he believes
The
in
line of "I will wait for you."
Oh, yeah.
It's really hard.
We will wait. Join me there when you die.
This is a part for me where, like, I'm never gonna like the book as much as I liked it before after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, such a great character. It's hard to...
Yes.
And he doesn't get replaced. We try a couple times.
They try with Wolfgar, I think, a little bit, but it just is not the same.
But can we for a second? Isn't his last line is, "I will give Io your love. I will make a house for you in the vale of your fathers. It will be beside my own. Join me there when you die. But I am no builder, so take your time. We will wait."
Oh,
God.
I'm tearing up right now.
Right?
I
It's
know.
really
I'm
good.
literally like, I cannot keep reading this.
It's really sweet.
And just to full circle this part of part 2, we start in this with Mustang saying, "I need to know you can build." And then we get here where Ragnar is like, "I'm not a builder, you are." And he sees the builder that Darrow can be, and he's trusting in that. He's saying, "I'm no builder. I'm going to take my time. You're going to have to come help."
Yeah. And to Nick's point about found family, Mustang has a quote as she is trying to talk Darrow off the ledge here. Where is it?
The
"You
literal
made a
ledge?
family of
Yeah.
your friends. You always have. It made Ragnar a better man to know you. So you didn't get him killed. You helped him live."
Yeah, because Darrow has to go into this negotiation a little behind because now he's really grieving his friend. And this is another spot where, like, he reacts to his own emotional state by trying to take control and be in charge. And he has to be undermined a little bit by Mustang, although ultimately he ends up winning and they decide to talk to Alia because they think we should bag this plan. Like, we should leave now.
Is reasonable.
Both Holiday and
Yeah.
Mustang think that. And they really give him a hard press. And then finally Darrow's like, "I thought about it. No, I'm doing it." And then Mustang's like, "Okay." And then they go do it.
I want to go back a second here because Craig read that quote about you showed him how to live. And also, Ragnar tells Sephi, live for more, which is the EO quote. And I just want to shout out one, I think that's probably the first time Sephi heard that. So that probably is like hitting like a truck for her. And two, I think in this scene, we're seeing that Darrow has been fulfilling EO's dream in living for more. Because that's what this is. It's, it's kind of the joke. Oh, the real treasure is the friends we made along the way. But at the same point, it is. This is living for more. It's this found family. It's these friends. It's the relationships you're building and how you're building these people up and getting them out of their own garbage situations.
And
too.
it's living for more.
Yeah,
dying is easy, boy. Living is harder.
Great quote. That's from a small, little-known play.
Little-known play out of NYC.
Off-Broadway. Yeah.
Off-Broadway. Not a lot of spectators.
Yeah, deep cut.
All right.
I want to bring up this quote because I haven't caught it. So maybe all of you know this, and if you do, I'll be embarrassed and shamed. But we're listening to Alia, who is holding her son's body in her little throne room.
Big throne room,
and she's gigantic throne
It's like really huge. Famously,
And-
she is the largest person Darrow's ever seen.
And she's described as like a wicked, bent, evil tree. You
Ugh,
know,
the writing in this chapter was really good.
So
Phenomenal.
good. Yeah.
Really, really, really good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But she is the one who say that lies have started to be spread over the last year and a half. Lies that a stained sun will return and he will bring a man to guide us from this land. A morning star in the darkness.
No, she gets the title too.
Well, my question is, so morning star is Darrow, right? Or is
in
it,
this case?
or is it
Lantandra.
Yeah, I think
our
I think
boy
that's
Rag?
Ragnar. Because
I think it's
Really?
the
Ragnar.
plan was for Ragnar to become the leader of them. And he
Yeah.
would have been so good at
It
it.
would have been so
But-
good.
Yeah.
Okay, not to spoil it, but didn't Pierce say all of the titles were based on Darrow outside of Lightbringer, which is
Hey,
for-
we can't talk about
I think Morningstar is still also Darrow. I think
Oh,
this
okay.
use of Morningstar.
Star? Oh,
It's Rag.
I see. Okay.
It's
Okay,
Ragnar.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
Yeah.
I think it's clever because the way she says it, she says there was this prophecy that's being spread. What we hear from
Mhm.
Ragnar is, I sent emissaries. And I assume on first read of that it means like, oh, he sent people who's like, hey, Ragnar's alive, golds are, but no, he sent them in the way that his culture
spies.
understands, which is as like
Oh.
prophets and like fables and,
Mhm.
prophecy.
Oh, that's true. I forget
Yeah.
that they are very big into prophecy and
Yeah. So he sent a story about himself that a stained guy was going to come back and like be a messiah, basically, which is a
Mhm.
badass move.
yeah.
It also, there was another thing I had sort of overlooked through that, which I thought was fun writing, which was as Alia's doing her chit chat,
Mhm.
Darrow's coming to understand that, oh no, like he says, like Mustang and I understand at the same time. She
Yeah.
already knows that the Golds are not gods, which means she's colluding
Yeah.
with them to
Right.
maintain her power. And he says something like, and I wish I had the direct quote. I'm sorry, I don't. Maybe you do, Craig. The
There's
Gammas
another
aren't the only
path?
ones with the laurels. Like something like the Gammas aren't the only ones who are showed favor. So he's
Oh.
basically saying in the language of the universe we're reading the book in that because of Alia's being shown favor by the Golds and she wants to maintain that favor. I thought that was really great writing. And the
Yeah.
descriptions are so good.
That's really cool. So basically, they kind of employ the same practice with each like color, with each lower color. They're like, all right, we'll create the system where one is favored, hated by the others. That's a great strategy on the Gold's part. And it's fucked up as it is, but at least it keeps everybody in line and interpersonal like hatred rather than, to them. I guess that's how they've sort of maintained not having a revolution until now.
And it makes sense. Like if someone gets wise, you have to give them more in order to you have to bring them
Keep
into the
'em.
fold in a sense.
Yeah.
Can I throw out an alternate idea?
Please.
Go on.
So Alia turns back after the Mustang moment where she's like, I'm a warlord too. I have lands beyond your comprehension. And Alia turns and says, a god cannot die, so a god has no fear. But mortal men, how frightened they are that the darkness will come, how horribly they will fight to stay in the light. And that's the moment where Mustang and Darrow are like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, she's in on
They
this.
miscalculated.
But is she doing the best she can with the limitations that she is forced to live under? Because we see her
Yes.
as a
Well,
villain.
yeah.
Well, because she is.
She is.
She is.
She's like Fishy France, right?
What's her alternative?
Not colluding with gold.
I don't think she
But then
has
all of-
one in this moment. Like it's sort of like the Ugly Dan situation, right? She plays
Sure.
kind of that role.
Her role.
Yeah, she plays her role. So she's doing. You think on the outside you could assume she's doing the best for her people, but I think what we learn here is she's doing the best for her people and herself. She's committed to upholding the society. This could be a moment where she could say, "I'm not committed. I understand what's going on, and I'm not."
And
The
you're
she's not
risk is
saying
too
that.
high, right? She could have said, "You're right. I'm with you. We'll join." But like the risk is
the personal risk, and that's
No, I don't
And
think
the societal
personal.
risk, but it's high for
I think
everyone.
the societal
Yeah.
risk.
But I mean,
Everybody's
if you
It's
think
too
about
high
it, though,
risk.
like what are you risking here? What are you really risking?
Her people.
Her people who are enslaved?
Yeah, but
Right.
they better to.
That's the same argument each
I know.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying we should just have compassion.
No, I'm saying she's dealing with the reality that she has learned to navigate. And
yeah. I think there's also a certain level of, we all would hope we wouldn't do that sort of thing, but I think there are a lot of people who I think see it your way, Craig. It's very much I need to find some way to just survive, and this is her way of
lose situation.
having survived. I don't think that that really takes away from the fact that she's doing this. I don't think it absolves her of what she's doing, but I think you're right. It is some additional context to that. I do think she probably could have found some other way, but I think she was perfectly fine accepting the conditions, and that's where it's problematic. And I do think in a way she's not like as bad as gold, but she is complicit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah.
Craig. It doesn't make her a villain so much as it makes her an obstacle.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate her, obviously.
I think
I'm
she's
just
awesome. She's
devil's
so
advocate
cool.
mode.
She's
Yeah.
a badass. I mean, she's
Yeah.
reigned for so long in this like harsh condition and harsh area, but yeah,
Yeah.
she is not.
But also, like
But,
at this point, you
yeah.
know who Darrow is,
Yeah.
right? You could.
And
But I mean, I
Does
guess
she know?
let's hang on. Let me
Yeah.
actually lean into what Craig is saying here. Does she know what's going on? And by
Yeah.
then sending Darrow to the gods, she is like, all right, this is my way of doing it. Because
Yes.
though, if you really know who Darrow is, he should have no problem with this. If he has no problem with this, there's your way out.
No, I think she was sending him to the slaughter. She was
Yeah.
trying to get
Okay.
favor by being like, I'm
Okay,
sending
fair.
you these things.
I think
Yeah.
so too. That was my interpretation of this of the next chapter where it happens. 'Cause
Well, dumb.
she was just very no. I just think that like
Not you,
I
Liz, her.
think no, I think she just fell into sort of you've all said, just like complicit. Like the Golds are like, well, right, like Roke is like, I love life as is right now. Why doesn't it just stay that way? And I think that's sort of where her mentality is too, is sort of like, okay, well, it's not ideal, but we are surviving. So why won't we keep surviving that way? And that's why Sephi had to do what she had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
what
did
did Sephi do?
Go ahead.
Go on. What'd she do?
Sorry, I was not prepared.
Liz.
Sephi kills her. She chops her head off, doesn't she? Was it in her head?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was after.
they go-
Yeah, go please.
Mhm.
You
No,
skipped
no,
that part.
please carry on. Okay, so they go to the land of the gods, so-called gods. Darrow and Mustang are like, we will disguise
So fun.
ourselves.
Forgot about this.
I know. I was this too. So they go to these like confront the golds that are like representing themselves as like Norse gods. And they are not majestic. They're exposed as like small, corrupt, and just mortal. They kind of turn on Mustang and are like, "You're gold. Why are you like here with these people?" Especially like Darrow being an abomination, Sephi being like an obsidian, which was also very hard for her to even like cross that line to go to the gold, to the false gods area, because they've been taught that like it's sacred. Where we stay where we're, they're up there. And Darrow kills Freya. They capture Loki. They even have like Norse god names.
Isn't
There's
one
this
of the
hilarious
Wasn't one of
hilarious
the
thing that
proctor or
happened.
no?
Oh yeah, there is a proctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's Darrow pretending to speak like an obsidian, which is just a hilarious, pure comedy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't stop using metaphors.
There's also a really, I think, Liz, you touched on this a little bit. There's a really, really cool and fun part, and it's leading up to going to the gods, and it's like they're trying to basically bring Sephi in and get Sephi on their side, and we can feel it. And it's really, there's so much, I think it's so tied together. The fact that she was there as Ragnar died really makes this possible too, that she's like, hang on, he told me to live for more. What's really going on here?
Yeah, it's so fascinating to think about what they do and don't know as well, because that's why it's kind of hard to get behind Alia. Like, she understood that when she was telling her people that they were ascending, she was selling people into slavery.
Yeah.
Like, she understood that. And at one point, so there's a lot here that's really hitting Sephi, like she doesn't know what, like she's shocked, genuinely. But then at one point, Darrow says, like, when Ragnar ascended, you didn't cheer, you cried. You knew something was off. And he's like trying to connect with that piece of her too, of what she feels and like knows deeply and what she knows intellectually.
He's just going off on a limb. Nobody knows anything about Sephi.
No,
and she's like super quiet.
Right. Imagine that she's like in a religious like psychosis and they're like trying to like break you out of it. It's
which is a very interesting point that we'll discuss in spoiler.
Yes.
But
spoiler.
He does know that this is Ragnar's sister. And I think he truly in his bones believes that means something, that there's something shared, something similar between them, something that if it's in Ragnar, it's got to be there for her too. And thankfully, he's not wrong about that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Want to talk about Mercury?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we should talk about it.
Go
it's a great quote.
Please.
Well, so there are two goals. He beheads one and then throws his razor through the chest of another.
Wait, I want to talk about that blow by blow. So why don't we cover Mercury? That's my favorite death of this whole book. So please continue. We'll come to that.
Wait, so what do you want to talk about right now?
Just the fact that it is Mercury and that he says, you're like, say the quote. It's so funny.
You have to be the least lucky gold I've ever met. 2 mountains lost to a red, which is a great quote.
So good. But
So
his
funny.
death is fantastic because he takes the sword out of the gold he just killed and he throws it at Mercury, but Mercury's wearing pulse armor. So it hits and then sort of sinks through the pulse armor and then just goes through the actual armor itself. So then Mustang fucking like swizzle kicks and stabs the the sword deeper into his chest and kills him. And it's so cool. It is the coolest thing ever. That would be so fun on TV.
I have a question. I think we only ever see on screen Mustang kill 2 people, and I think this is one of them.
Oh.
We're gonna have a Mustang kill count here. I don't think she's killed anyone to this point.
Wait,
and it's
I don't think she kills.
Cool.
She doesn't kill Mercury,
Proctor?
does she?
She jams the sword in.
Is that not a
finishing blow?
Yeah, is that not like a mortal wound? I mean, technically, she probably would have killed 3 if Darrow didn't save Cassius, but...
Yeah. And I mean, I guess, didn't she kill somebody before the Institute?
Oh, yeah, she had to kill someone.
Oh, she would have had to kill someone.
Yeah.
But I think it's really fun in this part. We get at least a couple instances of, hang on, Mustang can fight.
Yeah.
Like she can hold her own. Yeah, exactly. And it's something that to this point, I think we've talked about this before, we don't get a lot of that. You know, like you said, we know she killed someone in the passage, but we don't see too much of this like actual physical like fighting side of Mustang. Like in book 1, we don't even see her confront the Jackal. She just comes back with him bound and tied up and everything. And then from there, we really see more of the intellectual side of her. But it really is clear that she's good at this too.
Yeah. She's a well-rounded, I mean, she's explained to us as a well-rounded person. We just don't always see it.
So does anybody want to cover Alia's final word to Sephi?
So that's interesting. I think you probably have it open, so you would be best, but I think it's hilarious. They just bring back these dead gods to the Valkyrie Spires to Alia, and they're like, well, here are your dead gods. What are we going to do? And Alia's like...
that she doubles down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I think it truly kind of breaks what you were saying earlier, Craig. It's like, I think up until this point of doubling down, you could give her a little bit of that of you didn't have a choice. But when they come back with the dead gods, it's like there you definitely had a choice and you doubled down.
Yeah. I don't know
what's
the important.
Yeah, go for it. No.
Well, I carried you, birthed you, nursed you, and this is my reward, treason and blasphemy. You're no Valkyrie. These are lies. And then Sephi steps forward, lifts the razor I gave her, and decapitates her mother. And then
I
she says,
while I was reading this, I'm trying to remember, this is not researched, what we know about Obsidians. I kind of felt like they only seed power after violence, right?
That's
So
my
she would have to do
understanding.
this eventually anyway. I
Because
was thinking that while it was
that's why
it was
they were-
happening.
Ragnar's plan.
Exactly,
Ragnar
that's
was like,
why
I'm
they
going
were
to
that's
kill my
true.
mom.
He was like, we can try talking to her, but I have to kill her.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
Sephi has this awesome quote that parallels another awesome quote, right? Because she says this ride to kin and enemy alike and tell them Sephi speaks. Sephi the quiet speaks. And she says, and tell all who hear, the Valkyrie ride to war.
That's a
And
dope quote.
I love
It's
the tell all
dope.
who hear, right? Because that is absolutely a callback to the Reaper sails for Mars.
Mhm.
And knowing who Sephi is, knowing who the Obsidians are, I don't think she ever saw that. So she just comes up with this on her own, and it parallels Darrow's moment of, here we go.
She
And then at the
adapts
end, she's like,
fast.
on Dasher, on Dancer, on Dancer, on Dancer.
She is.
She
on
literally has a
Valdir.
quote. Yeah, on Baldur, on Thorul, on Benny, on Froga.
Wait, does she say on Baldur?
She does, but we're not going to talk
Interesting.
about
We're not talking
it.
about that. No. That name must not be important at all.
I don't think she
No.
did. Did she say Val? Oh,
She did. I wrote it
Said
down.
ride
she does.
Valdir.
Faldir and Rona and Boga. Yeah.
To the
What do
tribes
you
of the-
recall?
It's so funny
This
that you
Obsidian of
that's
all.
hilarious because in my head I
Ragnar
was
the
thinking
awesome.
Theoden and the speech
Theoden King.
on
Yeah, very
Fields
similar.
of Peladon. Ride.
Ride for
Ride for
ruin.
wrath.
Ride
Ride
for
for ruin.
And then the red
And
dawn
the red
rises.
dawn.
Ere the sun. Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
Also agree.
Right.
I'm not nerdy enough for this.
Oh, well, let's we
Return of
gotta
the
get
King.
maybe we've been talking about having a dinner
just joking,
for the
I'm
4
just joking.
podcast hosts, and maybe
Yes.
we'll force you to watch Lord of the Rings 1, 2, and 3.
That's
Absolutely
seems
not. Thank you
cruel.
very much.
That's not a
Excuse
dinner.
me.
That's a
Yeah.
day.
It's 10 hours.
That's like a
11 hours.
weekend long as like
And
thing.
the extended editions only.
It's got to be the
Right.
extended
It
edition.
does have to be the extended
Oh,
It could be
God.
better. We could force you to sit down and listen to all 3 books narrated by Andy Stokes.
That's harder.
That's great. What are you talking about? It's just
Well,
longer.
I mean, it just takes a long,
That's-
long
I was going to say
time.
it's a masterpiece.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Anyway, that
I
brings
don't
us
know.
to the end of the book where Mustang and I look at one another with darkened eyes and wonder what we have just unleashed.
Yeah.
That's the end of the end
Yeah.
of the part.
Okay, and then we'll move on to part 3.
Part 3.
Part
Glory.
3.
Yeah. So what did we
Yep.
think of the end of part 2?
Oh,
It's
and
rough, but I think it's
Cornus,
a
yeah.
I think it's a
rough.
5. It's a Carnus quote, Liz. Yeah.
Yeah, for part 3. Yeah, I liked the episode. I liked the chapters. It was rough. I mean, Ragnar's death was just too much.
But it
Yeah.
was well done. Credit where credit is
Yes.
due. We
Yeah.
get the right amount of action, the right amount of
That's
time
fair.
with Ragnar.
This might be
Mhm.
pretty close to a 5. There are several spots in Morningstar where you get 2 parts where it's like you can't put it down for a while, and this is
Right.
definitely one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
All right,
Except
4
for
point
Ragnar.
5.
I liked
Except
both
when
of these
Ragnar
better
dies.
in our conversation than I even did while I was reading them. But it could be because I was speed reading.
That's
Oh,
fair
that's
too.
But yeah, 4. I'm gonna say
Okay.
4.
Yeah.
4.5
Ragnar
in that
dies.
range.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I
Point
know that was
deducted.
the saddest part. I
It's
did
sad.
like that we still got updates about Severo and like, so like
Yeah.
he still had that piece of like, okay, I'm leading something and it was going well while they are dealing with all of this like heavily emotional things.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice balance.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess a 4. Can we don't talk about this now, but will someone remember why does Carnus get
Mhm.
2 opener? He opened in Golden Sun, which is
Great
fine
quotes.
because he was
Yeah,
in
that made sense. Yeah.
He's not even alive. Like, why are we talking
No.
about him still? I
Can
just
you-
think that that's an interesting discussion.
What is
Can you
the
explain to me what the
quote?
quote is again?
All
It's
that
All
we
that
have.
we have.
Epigraph.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, Liz, please.
Liz.
No, Greg.
No, Liz.
Liz.
All
Liz.
Liz.
Liz. Liz.
Liz.
Liz.
All that we have is that shout into the wind, how we live, how we go, and how we stand before we fall.
Mm.
Carnus al
It's a good
Bellona.
quote, guys.
It's a good
But
quote.
I'm not hating on Carnus's quotes. Who reads
No.
epigraphs?
We just did.
Part of me
Yeah.
wants to say that this is here and we get a Carnus quote because Pierce didn't mean for Carnus to say it. He meant for someone else to say it.
I was gonna say, like, he could have given that to anyone.
I think there's
Like-
a very specific person that I think that applies to. And
He also could have attributed it to Lorne. Like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't know. We wouldn't
Exactly.
know if he didn't say it. Like, Who's checking?
Yeah.
And if he did, then we would have assumed Karnas was quoting Lorne, so it would have been fine.
Right.
So I'm just wondering why Karnas is so front of house.
It does sound like an Arcosian quote.
I think it sounds like a Roke quote, which would make a lot of sense with the chapters we're about to get in this part. It's very interesting, though.
You guys, I totally forgot about Roke. I haven't thought about Roke.
Thank God.
For the past 3 episodes, truly.
I know.
Well, we've been talking too much
little
about
bit
Roke, probably.
He came up a little bit in the last episode.
He did?
He comes up all the time. Right now, we don't even need to talk about Roke. We just can't stop.
But I do like the idea of, hey, when we read this part, next time when we discuss it, maybe we try to figure out why this is attributed to Karnas. And if we can't figure it out, hey, Pierce, come onto the podcast and tell us why the hell Karnas is saying this.
Explain yourself to us.
Explain. All right. Peace.
Right.
Bye, everybody. See you later, alligators.
See ya.
Well, we did warn you that would be rough. Next episode, we trade the ice for the moons of Jupiter as the Rising heads for the Rim, reunites with Orion and the Pax, and sits down at the most dangerous negotiating table yet, because Roke is on the other side of it, and he's very, very good at this. Bring your tissues, bring snacks, bring a backup heart, your water bottle. If you're Pierce Brown or anyone else with thoughts, feelings, or objections, you can email us at thehowlerbookclub@gmail.com or find us on Instagram at Red Rising Book Club. That's READ Rising Book Club.